Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. Okay, today's review is on something I've wanted for a while actually, and I've just been to Lidl's, my usual Thursday shopping trip, and I knew this was going to be in. I saw it in the magazine, and it's this. It's a Vax spot cleaner. So basically, a little tiny portable carpet shampooer. Same as like a normal carpet shampoo. It's got a tank for the clean water, a tank for the dirty water, but obviously much more portable and something to be used on, well, for me, for car seats. I'm not going to need it yet. My car's brand new. I've only had it a few weeks, but my daughter's going to be wanting this, and she's already bags-eyed it, she said. And just seats, small spills where you can't be bothered getting the big carpet shampooer out, stuff like that. Now, I have got a Vax vacuum cleaner, if you check up here for a full review on that. And that's been absolutely fantastic. That's my main vacuum cleaner for the house. I've had it, I don't know, long, a year or two now, something, and it's never let me down. It's really good. It's as powerful as Dyson ones I've tried of friends and relatives, and it just seems to do exactly the same job. And I've also got a Bissell carpet shampooer, which is very, very similar to Vax. Check the link up there for a full review of that. But obviously, being a full-size carpet shampooer, it's only good for carpets. You wouldn't use a little thing like this to do your main carpets. You'd be bending down, and you wouldn't use that for small spills. So this is going to be ideal for doing, like I say, seats, car mats, car seats, and small jobs. So what you get in it, I'll be opening the box shortly, but you can see there what's in the box if you want to sort of freeze frame it there. A little the red brush thing is for hard floors, like a rubber sort of thing. The white one is the multi-purpose for like bristles. You get 250 mils of cleaning fluid with it, and the main thing that drew me to it was, as usual, the bargain Lidl's price, £79.99. I'll put it on screen. So 80 quid, and that is the cheapest I can find it anywhere. If we have a look here on various sites, let's have a look. So we'll start over from here on Amazon. And there, it's 129 quid on Amazon. That is a crazy price. I'll show you a cheaper one soon, if you can't get the Lidl's one, the one to buy. But on the main search there, Argos comes up the best. Now, at Argos, it is £130. That's the one there, the red one. But here, the Vax SpotWash Duo, which is got two tools with it. It's got the normal head like the one I've got, the wider one, and it's also got a tool called a messy. Let's have just a click on that. What's it called? This one here that they call the messy cleanup tool. Now that is £99, which is, so then, £30 cheaper than they're charging for the one with only the one set of tools like I've got. So if you're going to buy from Argos, that's the one to buy, not this one way over the top at 130. That's the one to get. But the little one that I've got is 20 quid cheaper than that. There you go, that's it, the full price of it on Argos, and that's that one. Here at Freeman's it's 110, at John Lewis it's 129. There's the direct from Vax themselves. They've got the Duo down to 99.99, 99. They do a few others. One here called the Home Duo carpet cleaner. Slightly different design. That comes with a small crevice tool tiny crevice tool. And this one, the home pet design, that collects its own dirty water in that tank there. But you will not find one cheaper than than at Lidl. $79.99, and they're in store this week. So that's what made me get one. Now, just to show you, that is the Hoover Spotless. As you see, it's exactly the same design. That's 131 quid for kit for home here. This one here, I found this here. I thought, oh, Sheds, what's this? Sheds and UK, 59 quid there. That's the cheapest ever. But you click on it and you can't get it. You can't get onto that Sheds UK, so it looks like some sort of scam there. So there you have it, like I say, at 80 quid at Lidl's. Now, as usual, as in nearly everything, it's made in China. Like I said, everything else is. If you want to buy a British-made carpet shampooer or vacuum, there is one make only, and that is Pneumatic, who make the Henrys and the Harriets and the Edwards and things like that. So they are the only UK-based manufacturer of vacuums now. Everything else is made in China. Hoover, Dyson, whatever. And Vacs are owned by a company called TTI, which are, reading it now, Tektronic Industries Limited. And they own brands like Milwaukee, AEG, Ryobi, Hoover, and Auric, Dirt Devil. So huge Hong Kong based company owning all them. So if you think, oh, Vax is rubbish or whatever, it's the same as a Hoover and everything else, and their products are pretty good. So let's have a look what's in the box now. It's got like a slide off sleeve, first of all. So I've not even opened it myself yet. So you've got your instruction book. Obviously I'll be showing these in action. I'll find a couple of things to shampoo over the next day or so and show you before and afters. But that's the tool. That's sort of like the only tool you get with it. Obviously squirt the solution on, scrub it with this brush, or you could use a separate motorized brush or whatever, and then it sucks it up through it, sucks all the stuff out of the material through that slot there. It's got a self-cleaning function as well. Again, I'll show you that working. You plug the hose in a receptacle on the machine at the end of your cleaning, and it pumps the clean water through the hose and cleans itself out. So you got this bit there, which I'm not sure what their bits are, but we'll soon see when we put it together. You get 250 mils of that. You got your hard floor scrubbing brush, so for laminate flooring or tiles or whatever. That's like a rubber. They're quite soft rubber. I can see it there. Look like, see them springing back. It's not really hard. That goes obviously in place of that when you're doing a hard floor. Loads of egg carton type packing. The machine itself, and it's not very heavy. I'll put the weight on the screen. Some sort of label around it there. It's just a let's get started. It's like a condensed instruction book in colour. And that's stuck on permanent, like it's not just a piece of paper, so you could peel it off if you didn't want it on. Nice feel to this bit here. The handle is like a rubber grip. The grey plastic is just shiny plastic. There's sticker over here, register your product for your free 2-year warranty. I'm not sure whether Lidl's have their 3-year on this. It's not one of their own make of tools, so you'd probably just have to go by Vax's 2-year warranty. So I'll register that. The on-off button here is under a plastic membrane, waterproof membrane to keep the water out. And the tanks, you just push this button here in, pull them off. Like I said, I'll be showing it in better detail when I'm actually shampooing something. I'll peel that off now, so save it for later. I'll go online and register. And there's this one here. You've got some, looks like an overfill thing, I'm not sure. We'll have a look. And your hose is kept in a clip at the bottom there. Again, I've only just, as you see, got it out of the box. I'm not sure myself. I'll have a full read up on that. But that's got its own little holster. And you put that in there somehow to do the self-cleaning thing at the end. So, full demo coming. But I know some people do like these unboxings. But, yeah, I've got a bit of a bad back at the moment. And it's not too heavy, obviously. It'll be a bit heavier with the water in and the wastewater. But, yeah, 1.5 metre hose. Some reviews have said that's a bit short, so we'll have a look what it's like in action. And the mains lead, again, I'll put it on screen how long the mains lead is. I'll uncoil that and measure it. Looks pretty long. So yeah, clear water tank this side that you put your solution in, and your dirty water tank this side that you empty out. So let's fill it up now with some fluid, and I'll show you in action. Okay, so I was going to go straight into the actual demo on the cleaning, get some fluid in it and start cleaning some carpets and chairs and things. But before that, I've just spent the last 20 minutes just reading up thoroughly on the instructions. And I thought, while it's here on the bench, before I've actually used it, I'll go through some of the features I didn't know about on that unboxing. So, first of all, them 2 clips that I showed you, that I didn't know what they were, these here. They are the hose clips. They come loose and you just push them into the bottom of the casing and they hold the hose, as you can see there, in storage. So the hose comes out the bottom there, round in one clip, round the other, and it goes in here to this clip, and as you can see it just pulls out. You don't have to slide it down into it. This clip here has got like a springy sort of construction, and you just push it in there like that. Now, the end itself, this bit here is your trigger for your fluid. So as you pull that, you can see it sideways there, the spray of fluid will come out of here. So you go over that first, you then scrub it with the brush and tilt it forward to suck it out after. Now, to take the head off, you just push that button there and the whole head releases from this. Once you've got the head off, you can easily swap the brush end. There's just that little clip there. You can see it, just clip it forward. That pulls out. And you can put the hard, well I say hard, for hard floors, tiling and sealed laminate flooring. Push that down, it just clicks in, you can hear it click in, and that's that soft rubber. I don't actually think I'll ever be using this. I mean, my tiles, I would just sort of clean them with a sponge or whatever. Same with the laminate flooring. I just clean it with I don't know, some cleaning fluid and a rag. And I suppose if you've spilled some stuff on it, yeah, you'd use a sucker, but how useful that'd be. But it's there anyway. So I'll put that tool back now, because that's the tool I'll be using. Now, These, if you've ever had a sort of carpet shampooer and that, this slot here notoriously gets full of muck behind there, and it's a swine to get the hairs out normally. You're squirting a hose pipe down or holding it under your tap to try and squirt it out. Well, the good thing about this is you can just press that bit there, and that whole plastic bit, clear plastic bit, comes out. You see? That just comes out, so that's going to be dead easy to clean. And then when you're putting it back, you just push it over the bottom there, push back until you hear a click, and it clicks out. And that's in there, so you then put it back in there. Now, at the end of your shampooing, what you do, you empty your main tanks. I'll show you them in a minute. Empty the dirty water out, or this should be pretty empty because you'll have used all your cleaning fluid up, and you fill the clean one with a bit of just clean water without any solution in it. Wash out your dirty water one, put that back, and what you do, just about to see it there, you put that in there and you push it against what feels like a spring. That yellow bit there is like spring loaded. So you turn the machine on and you push that in, you hold it, and it pumps clean water through the hose, cleaning out any bits of solution that might be left and bits of muck and that, and starts filling it up as usual in your dirty water tank. So it's just a means of cleaning your hose after use, which is pretty good. So put that back there. That clicks on there. And the hose goes round and in then clips and then plugs in place like that. Now, your mains lead, and I did put on screen before the length, but I measured it at 4.3, I think it's 4.3 meters. So it's a pretty long lead. It should easily do you around the house and the car. When you're undoing it, you've got a quick release thing here. You don't have to wind it all around. You just slide that down like you do on most vacuum cleaners, and your cord will come unclipped. And on the end of the plug there, you've got a little thing that you can just clip it back on its own cable. Now, I checked the fuse, and to my mind, I've put the wrong fuse in here. Oops. As you can see, it's a brown, I don't know what you can see there, but it's a brown 13 amp. 13 amp, you can just see it. Now, it's only 400 watts consumption, this cleaner. And that means it's drawing 1.6 amps. So all you need in here really is a 3 amp fuse. I'd be tempted to put a 5 amp fuse in there, not a 13. 13's for stuff that uses a lot, 2 kilowatts and above sort of power. So yeah, might be worth replacing your fuse. I'm going to stick a 5 amp one in there. So clip your thing back on there. Now the tanks, the clean water tank, say I've not put the hose, wrapped it round while I've got it on the bench just showing you this, but you click the button at the top here, pull it forward, and that's where you fill it. You take that cap off there, and these are like a nice soft sort of plastic. You know, it's not totally brittle, this. It's got a nice feel to it, and it's a nice rubber bit under there, nice and easy to grip. And you just fill it up. Now, if you're just doing a small area, you fill it with water first. Again, I'll show you actually when I'm doing this as well. You fill your water up to that level and your solution up to that level after. So water, and then pour the solution until it gets to there. Now, it says it's a 4-to-1 mix. So if you're just doing a small area, this is 500 mils, and then you top it up with 125 mils of solution. Now, I'll check these lines do correspond to them measurements, because I've seen another review and they're not actually on the right lines if you measure it out in a proper measuring jug. So check that. If you're doing a bigger area, you would top it up with water to there first and then pour the solution in until the total level gets up to there. And warm water only, up to a maximum of 40 degrees. So don't use boiling water. Anything from cold up to 40 degrees. And that's that. And as you put it in, it releases that little valve on the bottom there. But again, everything's nice and sort of soft. It doesn't give you the idea that it's going to break or go brittle. So that's that. Click it in place. And the dirty water tank, again, pull out the side there, and that has got a separate bit at the top where you use to empty it. So to empty it, you turn it round, pull this bit up, and that clip is retained on there on like a hinge, and that lets the whole lid come loose. You can then pour your dirty water out down there, and this tank has got a float in it here. This grey bit is a float, so as your dirty water is going up in the tank, it will shove that float up like that. I'm holding it up now, and that blocks off the suction bit there. So as with any shampooer, when the tank is getting full, like I said, that will go up and it will block off the thing, and you'll hear the suction increase in noise. You know, it'll go from like a and you know it's like struggling to do that, and that's a sign empty your tank, it's full of water. So again, I'll show you that and you'll hear it happening in real life. So that's that there, and obviously pour it out, and then when you're putting it back, you hook that bit under there, shove it down against the rubber seal, put that up and click it down. And before you put it fully back, it says always clear around here these bit of a sort of like a filter like you get in the bottom of your wash basin or your sink in your kitchen. Any big bits will get trapped in there, but just to give it a clean out round them outlets. And then it's a simple matter of pushing that in, click, it's in place. Everything clicks nicely. You don't have to sort of mess about lining things up. And yeah, so all in all, feels pretty good. So we will definitely now go and fill it up with a fluid, and I'll check them levels, like I say, and see how it does. Okay, so as you see, I've got this mat here, pretty disgusting mat. Should have cleaned it before this. So as you can see, this half here is the worst anyway, so we're just going to do this half and then compare it. So I'm going to turn the machine on, and as I pull the trigger now, you do need the machine on for fluid to come out. As I pull the trigger, nothing is coming out. So don't see some like little pump pumping the fluid out. So we just pull this trigger here, as I showed you before, and it squirts out of there. So you would do that, soak it in. That's enough. And then you would agitate it. As you hold it like that, you've got the gap between there, so it's not going to be sucking the fluid up. You then tilt it forwards like that, and that will, you'll suck the fluid after that. So you could just do this with the machine turned off once you've sprayed it on, the fluid, so you don't accidentally tip it forward and suck it out before you need to. And of course you can use the brush on this, or a separate scrubbing brush if you wanted. You can use a motorised one. There's attachments you can fit in your drill. Any means you want. So the main advantage of this little machine is the actual suction ability, sucking it dry after. But, so we'll just do up to this line here. I'll do that one little spot there, quite black there. And of course, if you wanted any more spray, you'd just turn the machine on at the switch. So I'm going to suck that out now, so tilt it forward, and you can see it going up there. I'll move the machine in a minute and you can see it going in the dirty water thing. You can just see the dirty water tank there. Pretty noisy. So I'm just going to spray on some more stuff while the machine's still on. And that's about it. I've used all that fluid up already. So it might have been better actually filling it a bit more. But at least it'll give you an idea. This is pretty wet now. And this little black mark here, you'd concentrate on that or try and dribble some neat stuff on it. So you can see it going up there. Zoom in on this, you can probably see it better. Okay, I think that's about it for that rug now. We're going to let that dry and then I'll get some better pictures of it later. I've actually used all the cleaning fluid I put in, that tiny bit. I thought I'd have enough for this and the chair I'm going to do, but I haven't. So I'm going to add a tiny bit more, probably the same amount again, and I'm just going to do a chair, which doesn't look too bad, but I want to see it before and after. Okay, so I've just put the same amount of cleaning solution in as I did before for the rug, for this seat. So if I've got any left over, I'm just going to pour it in a jug, and I think my daughter might be using it soon to do a car seat, so we can use it for that. So again, I'm just going to do half of this. It doesn't look too bad really, this, but I'm going to do half down there, and then we'll see once it's dry the difference. So here we go, it's machine on. That's it. Spray some fluid on it. Plenty soaked. I'm going to turn the machine off again while I scrub it. Yeah, I did a bit too much on there, but it's not soaking it in like the rug did. Okay, so I'll suck that out now and then I'll give it one more spray of solution. I don't know whether you can see that on the camera, it's going up there pretty good. Okay, so that's one sort of suck up. I'm just going to do one more spray of solution. And one final suck out. Okay, so obviously that's still way too wet to sit on, but it's a lot drier than you could get it with a towel, I would think. So I'm going to leave that now overnight to dry out. I'll probably take it in the man shed where it's warm, and then I'll show you tomorrow the difference. I actually went, as you can see, further than halfway because I had so much cleaning fluid on it. But if we remember, that's the bit we haven't done. So hopefully you should be able to see a difference there tomorrow. So, right, I'll empty these liquids out now and show it you at the sink. So, as you saw there, straightforward enough to do. Obviously, when I did the chair, I put a bit too much liquid on. So be careful how much you squirt on. If it doesn't soak it in as much as like a rug, you'll need a lot less. So, that's the things done. You can see them behind me drying off, but I've already filmed the cleaning up and everything of it. So let's go over to the sink now and let's see how dirty the water was, and we'll show you cleaning and we'll show you the self-cleaning routine as well. So you can see we've only done that mat and the thing, but you can see how black the water is. Pour it in a pint glass, might be easier for you to see. So again, to empty it, you just pull this catch up here. The whole lid comes off. And you just pour your dirty water out. And as you can see, that is absolutely black. So you would pour that down the grid. Clean this out. This tiny bit of solution that's left in here, I'm going to save that because I can use that, like I say, when my daughter does her car seats tomorrow. So I've got that much left of solution. You'd now fill this up, and this time I'm going to fill this just to show you the overflow function, or if it's overflowing, the different noise it makes when the tank's getting too full. Okay, so I've now washed both tanks out. I've filled the fresh water tank over here way above its normal level, the stripes on it, just to get this to operate. I want to show you the noise of this, but I'm going to show you first of all the self-cleaning. Okay, so I've cleaned it out now, cleaned both tanks out, saved the solution for next time if there's any left over. I've got this tank now, the clean water tank, filled more than you would normally fill it, more past the 1 litre mark, because I want this tank to fill up to show you the change in tone as it's getting too full. So once you clean it all out, you just take the head off. So I'll push the little lever in here. So yeah, you're best just sort of doing it, pushing the finger and pulling like that. And then you turn the machine on and you insert this, and like I say, this bit here, it's like spring loaded. So as you push it in against that and hold it in, it sucks water through the tube and cleans all the tube out. So here we go. You can see that now whizzing through the and you can see, even though I'd cleaned that, you can see now in there. So yeah, you can see the water here, even though I'd cleaned all this lot out, it's still a bit dirty, and that's just what was left in the tube here. So this self-cleaning thing is cleaning that out now. Now I'm going to keep it running this time. As it's getting up to here, too full, it starts lifting that float, that grey float. When that gets to the top here, I don't know whether you'll actually see it on shot. I'll try and zoom in a bit. Hopefully you might be able to see the water level coming up there now, and the little grey float going in front of this thing. And you'll hear the tone change. So if you hear that while you're using it, you know your tank is full and you need to empty it. So let's do this again. So you heard clearly then, as soon as that float got up to the top, it blocked the airway, the tone changed, it stopped any water going where it shouldn't do, and you saw, I'm hoping you saw the float flop over. So if you hear that, turn off straight away, and your tank, it's because your tank needs emptying. And that is now cleaned out, all this hose, ready for next time. And that's the colour of the water out the tank after doing the self-clean. So you can see not as dirty as obviously as when you're cleaning the carpets or whatever, but it just shows you all that was just left in the tube, and it thoroughly cleans it out. And as I showed you before, if you wanted to give it a thorough cleaning, you've no need to try and squirt it down this slot, because you just push that in, pull that out, and you can clean all that out, clip the brush out, everything clips in dead easy. This is great, this bit coming off, that's and then you just clip that back in, all done. And obviously just clean your lid of your waste tank and stuff like that. Give that a final rinse out. Okay, so that concludes sort of like the demo on it. As you saw, dead easy to use. Everything clips together dead easy. There's no force in it. There's no lining things up. The plastic feels great. Some of these things you think it's going to snap this. It's so brittle, but there is a bit of give in them and it feels quite good. And there's the rubber grips under the handles. So but pretty much well thought out machine. And I think for 80 quid, 20 quid cheaper than anywhere else. I think it's a bargain from Lidl's. So I'm just going to carry on and film the very outro now. But before we do that, I'm going to squeeze in what these look like tomorrow. Because at this moment, they're still drying. So I'm going to get them thoroughly dry overnight. And then we can have a look at them, one half of the rug and one half of the chair and see what it looks like. So let's look at them now. Okay, so I was going to film this tomorrow, but if you'll excuse me now, I've just got back from the pub. We won the pub quiz, so if my voice is a bit slurred here, please forgive me. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to finish this video off tonight. As you can see, the bit I shampooed on the left of this rug, this is it totally dried out, is so much cleaner than the right. The camera is showing it up actually, which I'm glad about, a bit more than the naked eye. With the naked eye you can tell, but you can tell it a bit more on the camera. So all these here on the left were the bit I shampooed, and that was the worst side, if you remember, of this rug, this mat. This bit wasn't too bad, but you can see it's so much better now. And the chair, here we have the chair, bit harder to see on this. Now this bit from sort of like here to the right is the bit I shampooed, and it's harder to see with on the camera. The bit on the left looks paler. It actually looks sort of cleaner, if you will. But I can assure you it's not. The stains there are on the junction of the two. But all the bit I cleaned on that video is this bit here. And it looks and it feels sort of clean. This bit here is the bit I didn't clean. Yeah, so the left hand bit doesn't look terrible, but that is the bit I didn't clean. The rest is definitely more uniform. So yeah, that concludes sort of like the totally dried out results of the cleaning. Okay, so as you saw there, on particularly on the rug, you could definitely see an improvement. Less so on the chair because it wasn't that bad to begin with. But yeah, like the machine, I can't fault it at all really, other than it's a bit noisy, but I can put up with that. Good price, 80 quid cheaper, 20 quid cheaper than anywhere else. And I think it is one of them things that will be used. It won't be just shoved under the cupboard, under the sink and forgotten about. I will definitely have a use for spills and stuff that I have demoed in this. So hope this video has been of some use. And like I say, great price from Lidl's. So loads more in the pipeline. I know I keep mentioning this little weather station thing I've had for a couple of months, but I wanted to give it a thorough try out, and I was hoping over Christmas and New Year we might get some snow, because I wanted to show the snowflakes happening on it, and if it did predict snow. But it doesn't look like we're going to get any. It's the 12th of January now, and I don't think we're going to get any snow, so I'll probably do a review on that very soon. Now also, as I mentioned in my last video on the fault I've got on the CR6 printer, I have sent off for a new 3D printer. I won't be getting rid of this. I'll keep this as a spare. I still love it. It prints fantastic, but it has got that tiny fault where it won't won't work in a room below 12 degrees until you've heated it up for a couple of minutes with a hairdryer. But I can totally live with it. It's a brilliant printer. It's absolutely quiet. Can't hear it run. You can easily sleep in here. Tons and tons of features. Check out all my videos on it. Like I say, I love it. But I've sent off this one on AliExpress, which seems to be the bargain of the century. Like I said, it seems too good to be true. Probably is. So I'm not saying what it is or anything until I get it. Now that's coming on the 10th of February. It's the date they've given me. So like a 6-week sort of delivery. So it's going to be a month or so. So maybe between then and now and then I'll do the review on the little weather station here. I don't know. But there will be coming other stuff I haven't even seen or know I'm going to get yet. Whenever I'm in Lidl's, if anything catches my eye and it's worthy of a tutorial or a video or whatever, I'll do one. So like I said, hopefully this has been of some use. If you do want to subscribe, please do so by clicking the little picture of the shed here, and if you click the bell icon underneath, you'll get informed of as soon as I upload a new video. Thanks for watching this one. Look forward to catching you for the next one. Bye for now.